Good morning. Hey, you guys. All right. I am apologizing, first of all, because last week I did not do coffee talk. Good morning. Hey, I'm going to give you guys a couple seconds to hop on. I see you now. Good morning. Hey, as you hop on, just give me a hello or a good morning or a heart or something so I know that you can hear me. So coffee talk. It did not happen last week because I was sick. I had to go to the doctor, and I'm honestly still battling something. So if you're praying people, like, I could use some prayers because it started out as an ear infection. And I know it's just this time of year, but it started as an ear infection, and then, like, I've been on medicine for that, and this weekend I've just felt like yuck. And I have no doubt that it's some type of virus or something that I'm battling, but I am drinking my superfoods, added some apple cider vinegar to it because Matt says that cures everything. Good morning. Matt says that cures everything, and I'm drinking my coffee because coffee does make everything better, right? That's why we're having coffee talk. But anyways, so happy Monday morning. Thank you. Aw, thank you, Aunt Brenda. I am coming to you from my living room. What is it? Okay, so when I feel sick, does anybody else have this, like, super urge to clean? Is that weird? Like, I have been on the couch literally since Saturday and Sunday, and just sitting still, I think, actually, like, makes me notice how dirty my house is. Good morning, Sarah. It makes me notice how dirty my house is, and so when I get the least bit of energy, like, I feel like I need to clean. So this morning I was sitting on my couch doing my quiet time because I got up and I knew I had to move. I couldn't stay still anymore. I knew I wanted to work out, but I knew I couldn't do like a cardio workout or something like that because my head's just hurt too bad. But I did do some weights. But before I even walked into my workout, my home gym, I actually stripped my couch because it is a white sectional and it's a slip covered sectional, and I stripped it and I just started section by section to clean it. So my house smells like bleach. I feel like it's cleaner. I don't know if it actually is, but I started to clean. So I do that whenever I feel sick. Somebody else tell me that you do that too. Good morning, Christy Vaught. I see you on here. How are you, lady? But anyways, so that's kind of my, whenever I get an ounce of energy after I felt bad, I want to clean. And so I already feel like I've made great strides in my health because, my couch is cleaner at least, right? And I love my white sectional. I think that Matt thought I was crazy to buy a white sectional, but it is beautiful and it is cleanable, if that is a word. And it is just one of my favorite things in my house. But I know a lot of you guys follow me for fitness, and I wanted to, since I haven't felt the best and I've just been battling whatever this is for a while, I wanted to give you guys some tips on this Monday morning about how to know when you shouldn't work out when you feel bad. And I actually have written a blog post on this before. I need to share that again. But obviously, when you feel bad, there are definitely some signs that you don't need to actually push play, or you don't need to go for a run, or you don't need to do some super hit cardio moves, because it's probably not going to make you feel better, even though you want to move terribly so much. But a lot of times when we do feel a little bit bad, it is okay to work out. Actually, working out, especially when you have some sinus junk or congestion, depending on how bad it is, actually moving can make you feel better. So I know a lot of people think, oh, I feel bad, I'm just going to lay still, I'm just going to be still and skip my workout for a week. But sometimes that actually makes it worse. But there are some times when you definitely should listen to your body and you should not work out, okay? And so one of the top things, if you are feeling bad, good morning, Nicole, if you are lightheaded and dizzy, you probably do not need to work out. So I actually did not take my own advice on Saturday, and I got up and I tried to do this cardio workout, and the boys were in the office with me, in my gym with me, and it was just not, I got so lightheaded, I felt so dizzy, and I did not do well in my workouts, and I did not feel well afterwards. So if you are sick, if you have just whatever, if you just feel bad and you're lightheaded and dizzy, you probably do not need to work out. So like just skip it, just rest and wait till later. If you're achy, if you have a fever, if you're sweating and you're shivering, then most likely your body does have a temperature and it is telling you to slow down and to actually like just get the rest that your body needs. I was actually talking to one of my coaches this morning who is not sick, but she has just been going hard, and she said this morning, Rachel, I just read my Bible extra for a longer period of time, and I just skipped my workout. And I was like, girl, that's good. If you are tired, you need to rest, right? So obviously, if you are sick to your stomach, another good sign that you do not need to work out. So I know that us fitness ladies, like when we feel so good after we work out, and we want to push play just because that's what we do every day. But if you're sick to your stomach, don't push play. That's not going to help anybody if you throw up all over the gym or all over your floor. And so just lay in bed if you feel sick. If you honestly just sometimes, if you just can't figure it out, but you just have this gut feeling that I need to stay in bed, I need to rest a little bit more, like usually God gives us that little radar to tell us it's time to slow down. Okay, so just listen to your body. Definitely listen to your body, and there's always tomorrow. If you rest and you feel better tomorrow, you can push play tomorrow. So for me today, I chose to lift some weights. I did some push-ups, I did a few sit-ups, and that was kind of it. I really want to go for a walk later, but it has been so cold here, cold and wet. Like it has not stopped raining for like a week, so which could have a lot to do with what's going on with me. But anyway, so those are just some of my tips for staying healthy and listening to your body and not working out if you don't want to. Or if you don't feel like you should. Good morning, you guys. Did you hop on? Tell me hello. Tell me good morning. Did you bring your coffee for our coffee talk? Look, I have my cute this is my Target mug. I love this one. It says, hello, gorgeous. Makes me feel good about myself some days. But anyway, so those are some fitness tips. I also wanted to share with you guys today about this devotion that I am doing for Christmas. It is from She Works His Way. I don't know if you guys are familiar, if you're business women or if you're on my team, you know about these devotions, but she created a kind of like a what she calls it, valuable lessons for the She Works His Way woman within the story of Jesus's birth. And today I was reading about Joseph. Hey, Nicole. Yeah, you know the feeling you haven't worked out in the last 4 weeks. Oh, I'm sorry, girl. You need to rest and get better for sure. But today I was reading about Joseph. So I'm only on like the second devotion for this study, and I think I can't remember how many there are. I think there might be like 12. But she was talking about Joseph. And I know that in the Christmas story, in the story of Jesus's birth, we put so much emphasis on Mary. Obviously, she was the virgin chosen to carry baby Jesus. And we talk about the shepherds, and they were some of the first to hear about the birth of Jesus, and the wise men, and Herod and the role that he played, and the innkeeper who didn't give him a room. And I feel like so often Joseph just gets this little piece of the story, which is probably what God intended, to give him a little piece of the story. Good morning. But I just think about him so much. Like I think about Joseph so often because he did have a small part to play. Like he did, who do we credit as being Jesus's parents? Mary and God, right? Joseph just kind of got this little, what would you call it? Like this little bitty role, supporting role, I guess is what you would call it. But just think about how what a blessing he must have gotten. A blessing from being the one to chase Jesus down whenever he needed to come eat dinner, or to, like she said in here, he got the role of changing the dirty diapers. You remember when Jesus went missing, he stayed in the temple and they couldn't find him. It was Mary and Joseph who panicked and were just so desperate to find him. So that alone, really just tells you how much that Joseph must have loved Jesus. And I always wonder, because if you read the story of Jesus, if you read the Gospels and the books that come after, we know that even some of Jesus's own family, his brothers, didn't believe that he was the Savior. So everybody in Jesus's life, I always think about, like, like, what did they believe? Did they know him? Obviously, yes, they were around him all the time. But even some of the people that were with him didn't believe that he was a savior. And I just always think about Joseph, like, just standing in that manger. Like, obviously, the angel told him who he was. I believe that Joseph believed, but, like, what must it have been like to be raising the Savior of the world? Because he totally had that role of parent. It was an earthly parent, but he had that role of parenting our King, our Savior, and what a blessing that must have been. And you think about, he could have easily resented it, because he doesn't get a huge place in history, does he? He doesn't get a huge place in the Christmas story. But, like, someday I want to talk to Joseph. Like, someday I want to ask him, what was it like to play that role, and to serve? He was chosen to serve in that way, right? And what did it feel like? Because, like, she points out in this devotion, she says, fulfilling God's call on our lives should never be about getting credit for what we do, but simply about being obedient to God. And it challenges me to think about, it's not a great feeling, but all those times I passed up on serving because it wasn't like a huge role, and I wasn't going to get maybe a lot of credit that I was seeking selfishly, but if we were all like Joseph and just took those opportunities to serve God where he's calling us, even when maybe the credit, nobody knows about it, nobody notices, but when we do it for God, when we do it for Jesus, like, what is that? I mean, that satisfaction, that knowing that we served our Savior, and even if he's the only one that knows about it, like, how much more fulfilling that is than having our name in lights, right? And so Joseph is yes, definitely a small part of the Christmas story, but at the same time, it's such a sweet and precious opportunity for us to evaluate our own lives and our own motivations and our own opportunities that we have to serve God and to serve others. And I was reading this morning in Romans, and let's see, where was that? Romans. Oh, this verse just jumped out at me. It was talking about love. Talking about the fact that love is what motivates us. Let's see. Let me find that. I'm going to find this because I really want to share it with you guys. Let's see. It was all about gut-wrenching, like, do things for the right reasons. I can find it. Hold on. Y'all talk to me while I'm looking for it. Tell me what you're doing. Krista's got her coffee. Krista, you not working today? Let's see. I'm looking for something, you guys. Hold on. Okay. It was Romans 13:10, and it says, love does no wrong to a neighbor. Love, therefore, is the fulfillment of the law. That's from Romans 13:10. And if we switch that love thing around, stop loving ourselves so much, which I think we should love ourselves. Don't get me wrong. I think we're important. And, God tells us to love ourselves, love our neighbors as ourselves. Therein, we should definitely love ourselves, right? But if we start to focus on loving others and our neighbors and the people in front of us, even the people that aren't so lovable, more than we love ourselves, like, how much more of a blessing can we have? Because Joseph could have easily said, no, I'm not going to do it. That's going to be too hard. I'm not going to sign up for that responsibility, and I'm going to check out and let somebody else take care of this. But he didn't, God chose him. He said yes, and what a blessing that he must have received. And then, we don't really hear that much more about Joseph, do we? We know that he played a role in raising Jesus. Jesus was a carpenter. Joseph was a carpenter. Therefore, I just assume that Joseph taught Jesus how to do those things. So there must have been some level of respect of admiration on Jesus's part for Joseph, but you don't really hear much else about him, do you? He's not there. He's not, or at least it doesn't say he's there when Jesus died on the cross. But you know, he still said yes. He still played a part. And I think that, you know, when we look at our lives as just a small part of the salvation story, of pointing others to Christ, of using this short little life that we have been given to serve God and to serve others, that I think that our perspective changes, and we look for those opportunities for joy and blessing and to serve others. And I've lived selfishly for a lot of my life, far more than I'm pleased to admit. But you know, it's the times where good morning, come on, that I've chosen not to live selfishly that stand out to me and that I remember and that give me the feels. And so I just want to challenge you guys, encourage you guys to think that way a little bit. But so that's really all I have today. That's my coffee talk for today. I want to tell you about cleaning my couch, about how to know when to work out when you feel bad, and just that part about Joseph and his role in the story and how we can learn from it, how we can gosh, the Bible is just, that's what it's for, guys. Like, that's what it's for us to be in it every single day, for us to be learning and growing and just taking what God intentionally put in that book to teach us and to apply to our own lives. And I love that it's so applicable. It was applicable then, and it's applicable today. And just how great is our God, right? How great he is. All right, you guys, well, I'm going to go. I got some work to do. I got to, oh, Nicole, you're sweet. That's sweet. Thank you, KW. Hey, KW, do you go by KW? Because I don't feel like I really know your first name. I'm so curious. I've been meaning to ask you that too. But yeah, I've got some work to do. I got to go do some coaching stuff, and then I really honestly need to do some Christmas shopping because I'm way, 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 way behind. But anyways, I hope you guys have a beautiful Monday. We are just like, what is it, 2 weeks away from Christmas? Is it 2 weeks from tomorrow? That is insane to me. Insane. Mackenzie, thank you. Oh my gosh, like I'm writing that down. And I'm sure it's on your blog and I missed it. But thank you, Mackenzie, because I didn't think that you go by KW. All right, you guys. Well, happy Monday. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you back here next week. Okay? Merry Christmas.